Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to NoDQ&A Video, the official Q&A video series of NoDQ.com. Thanks as always for watching. You can submit questions for NoDQ&A Video at formspring.me/AaronRift, and hopefully I'll get to it. I'm still very backed up with questions, but you know what? I like getting new questions regarding current topics, so just keep submitting your questions and I'll try to get to everybody if possible. With that being said, let's get right down to it. First one today comes from Big Red Machine, and there's a 3 at the end instead of an E. Since both Ryback and Sheamus aren't involved in any WrestleMania matches, is it possible for Ryback to turn heel and face Sheamus at WrestleMania 29? Is this a match you would like to see? Sure, I wouldn't mind seeing this match. I think that it is time for a Ryback heel turn. I think that that's the way to go. I think WWE has booked themselves into a corner with Ryback. He's lost 5 straight pay-per-views in a row. And what else is there for him to do at this point? I think he's lost a lot of his momentum that he had 6 months ago. The problem, I think, with turning him heel, there's 2 things. First thing is you turn him heel, he loses the one thing that really gets him over with the fans, and that's the feed me more chants. They won't be chanting that anymore. The second thing is you turn Ryback heel, you push him as a monster. The problem is you already have done similar monster pushes with Mark Henry and The Big Show, so it's something that's been done several times in recent months. They're really in a tough spot right now with Ryback as to what to do with him, but I think that the best way to go right now, you have to take a chance. Turn him heel, have him go over somebody big like Sheamus, and then you could set up Ryback for a match with John Cena after WrestleMania. And you can play up the fact that John Cena was the one that eliminated him at the Royal Rumble, and you can just go from there. That seems to be the best direction to go for Ryback, in my opinion. Have him turn heel, get a big win at WrestleMania 29, and then go on to face John Cena. This one comes from Batman6934. Is the World Heavyweight Championship losing its value? It has been the opener match or very early for a lot of pay-per-views. It honestly seems like a mid-card title now. It has lost its value. It's been losing its value for quite a while now. I think since the world title went back to SmackDown in 2008, 2009, whenever it was, from that point on, the world title has really felt like a secondary title. Essentially, I like to look at it as the Intercontinental title at this point. I mean, that's what it feels like to me. It's not even a world title. And the Intercontinental title and the U.S. title feel even lower than that. But yeah, I mean, the world title has been opening pay-per-view matches. Why? I don't know. You know, they just they like to open up the pay-per-views with a big match, so that their mindset is that since it's a world title and it's not the WWE title, they'll put that in the beginning and start off the show on a hot note. I think that they should have the world title match either, you know, alternate with the WWE title match as the main event or second to last match, but that's not how WWE does things. They for whatever reason, they feel the world title is not that important, and you know, SmackDown is by far the secondary brand, and there's not really a need to elevate that title. And I think the only reason we haven't seen a merger at this point is because they're still doing SmackDown branded house shows, and they want to have a world title match on the SmackDown shows. But I think at some point you might just want to consider merging the titles and just having one world title. That's just my opinion. Alright, this one comes from LT Surreal. With Jack Swagger's title match possibly in jeopardy, who do you think should replace him to face Del Rio at WrestleMania? I think it's a no-brainer here. I think that if you're not going to have Jack Swagger in the title match at WrestleMania, then you have Dolph Ziggler cash it in on Del Rio. You could do some angle where, you know, Jack Swagger and Del Rio have their match, or they have a confrontation on Raw. Del Rio takes out Swagger, and then Ziggler comes out and finally cashes it in and beats Del Rio, and then Del Rio tries to regain the title at WrestleMania. I think that's the best way to go if you're not going to have Swagger involved. And some people might say if this thing with Swagger didn't even happen, that you should still do this and get Swagger out of the match and put Ziggler in there. I'm sure a lot of people would prefer that rather than Jack Swagger. Although, as I mentioned in previous videos, I've been a big fan of the Jack Swagger segments with Zeb Coulter, and it's unfortunate what happened with him being arrested, because I was really enjoying that stuff. But you know what? A lot of people don't seem to be liking it. and WWE might be better off just going with Ziggler versus Del Rio at this point. So who knows? All right, this last one today comes from Marka Mania. Hey Aaron, I saw that Scott Steiner was on the WWE website. Could this be a possible hint of him returning to WWE? No, WWE mentions former wrestlers all the time. They have all these different articles about past stars. It really means nothing. Don't read anything into it. It's just a way for WWE to increase traffic to their website. You know, they upload tons of clips to YouTube, and sometimes they they'll take somebody like Scott Steiner and upload like 10 different clips of him onto YouTube and feature him on the website. It's just a way to have content on the website and generate more traffic and more revenue. It really means nothing if a former star is mentioned on the site. It's not any kind of hint that he's going to be returning or anything. All right, that'll do it for this edition of No DQ&A Video. Subscribe, youtube.com/NoDQ&AV. Check out the playlists that I've created. The Best of XMV, the first video show of NoDQ.com. We were doing XMV before YouTube even existed, so it's really interesting to see those videos, and you know, so many people doing those types of videos now. We were doing it back in 2004. So check those out, and check out the Best of Talk Wrestling with Jeff Meacham. Jeff Meacham, a huge part of NoDQ.com's history, and of course, the Best of NoDQ&A Video going back to episode 1. So check out those playlists, and stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest about Wrestlemania, TNA Lockdown, and all the other happenings in the world of WWE and TNA. With that being said, I'll see you next time for more No DQ&A Video.